Hi everybody, this is a video to show you how to take through Design Space this new SVG to create a cute little tuck-in box for a large chocolate bar which is covered with one of these three covers, which are a print then cut file to make sort of a greetings card come chocolate box, and you also get options for inside the cover. So there's one that has a slot for a gift card if you want to give a gift card as well as the bar of chocolate. There's one that has a money pocket, so you can give money as well as chocolate if you want to. And then there's one that's just plain if you really do just want to give a bar of chocolate. And any of the artworks can be, obviously, any of the artworks that you get can be applied to any cover. You get three artworks in total, as you could see on that first picture. There's a Happy Christmas, a Happy Holidays, and a Merry Christmas, because we all say this thing a different way, don't we? But apart from that, they're identical. It's the same image, and they all say 'tis the season to eat chocolate. Right, so let's bring them into Design Space. I'll do what I usually do with these files, which can be just simply cut files, but which are also a print then cut project. I'll just show you the cut files first for those of you who only want to cut it and you're going to decorate it in your own way. You're not using my artwork. So we'll bring in the tuck-in box first. So this is the box that actually holds the chocolate, and it's a super easy piece because it's a single piece box. So as usual, the first thing we need to do is convert those lines that come in as cuts, which we actually need to be scores. And with my SVGs, they always live in that second line down in your layers panel. If this was a multi-part SVG, that would be a little group. There'd be two subgroups in the overall group of the SVG, but because it's a single piece, there's just that one layer of scores. So click on them to select them, go to your operations menu, choose score from the drop down, and you can see that they get converted. And then all we need to do is select the whole SVG. A few different ways you can do that. You can drag a box to enclose it, you can use the select all button in the menu bar up there, or you can just click still in the layers panel right at the top on that final group and it will select it. However you do it, once it's selected, we need to attach those scores to the cut piece. I'm on the desktop version for PC, and attach is at the bottom of the layers panel, so we just click attach. Even if you were making the print then cut project, there is no print then cut for this box because this gets covered up pretty much by the inscription panel and the cover, so all you see is the back of it. So this is just a cut file anyway, and this will cut from one sheet of 12 by 12 on the standard mat. Okay, I'm not going to cut it, so we'll press cancel. Hit the wrong thing there, didn't I? Right, okay, so that is the tuck-in box. So now when you come to make your covers, you've got three choices. You've got just a plain cover, and then you've got a cover with a little slot you can put a gift card in, and you've got a cover that you can put some money in. We'll bring in the money one first. Very easy to make, but I'm gonna, yeah, you're just gonna, this is just the cut. Okay, so because it's just the cut, we will we make everything the same colour? I don't know whether we'll bother. We might do later on. We need to do the thing with the scores though. So again, second line down, there's only one set of scores in this file too. So click on it to select it, go to your operations menu, choose score. No ungrouping to do because there's only one layer of scores, but we do need to ungroup this group below, which has two cut pieces in it. So again, just click on the name of the group. You can tell it's a group because you can toggle it open and close with that little arrow, and ungroup. I'm on the desktop version for PC. Ungroup is at the top of the layers panel, and then we need to select everything on screen and ungroup again. So now everything's a separate piece, and we can attach the score lines to just the piece that they relate to. This is the cover. So this short section up here is the spine, if to give it what I call it in the instructions. So that's the bit that attaches to the tuck-in box like the spine of a book. And then it folds up. This curved piece folds up to here, and you can tuck your money inside. So if we were just cutting that, again, we could choose 12 by 12, and you could cut that from 2 sheets of 12 by 12. There it is. Or of course, if they were both the same colour, if we make them both out of the same thing, it would easily cut from A3 or tabloid, just depending on what you're cutting from. Okay, so that is the whole box. You've got the inscription panel, as I call it. That's the thing that sticks on. Let me show you a picture, just so you know what I'm talking about. That it's this white or whatever colour you cut it out of, but it's this piece that sticks on to the front of the tuck-in box, and you see it when you open the cover of the card. I call that the inscription panel. So you've got that and the cover. Right, so that's just if you're going to cut it. So if you're just going to cut it, if you're not doing the print then cut, you can stop watching now. Right, so I'll start again completely, just because I like to do it completely from scratch. So now we're going to make a cover as if it's a print then cut project. And I'll do it with the same one. I will do it with more than one, just to show you that you can use any artwork on any cover and it doesn't matter. Right, so there we are again. We've brought in the cut file. We need to select the score lines again. So click on it, second line down in the layers panel, go to your operations menu, choose score. Only one set of scores in this, so no ungrouping there to do, but we do need to ungroup the group of cut files below it, cut pieces, pardon me, below it, and then we need to ungroup the whole SVG. And now, just for now, even though we are going to need to detach it again later, I'm going to attach the scores to that. Okay, so at the moment they're cut files and we need them to be print then cut. So I'm going to select the inscription card there. I'm going to make sure it's white because I want mine just to print on white card. And I'm going to make it print then cut. And it's going to go, obviously, on the tuck-in box like that. So if I wanted to personalize this and make this a print then cut as well, yeah, I'm going to use system fonts, and I'm going to use this one, which is what I've used on the cover artworks actually. So about 24 point is a good size, I think. And we need to make that text print then cut as well. And then we can select both of those, center horizontally, center vertically. So that's just me. I'm making my inscription card a print then cut. You could do a similar thing with text, but you could make it pen, or of course, and then use pens in your holder A to actually write it, or you can just leave that blank, leave it as a cut piece and handwrite it, however you want to do it. But because I'm doing that as a print then cut, I need to select all that and I need to flatten. And so there it is now as a print then cut in my layers panel. Right, so we need to bring in the cover, the artwork for the cover. And as I said, you can see that all mine are already in, but I'm going to bring them in from scratch to show you how to do it. So I need to navigate to where they are. There they are, print then cut artworks. And I'll just pick any one because any one of these fits with any cover. This portion of the cover is the same size on all of them. Right, so we've clicked on it to bring it into Design Space. At this window, I always choose Complex. So you just click on Complex and continue. And at this window here, you don't need to do anything. Don't get rid of anything. It's ready to use as it is. So at this window, just click Apply and Continue. And yes, we are bringing it in as a print then cut. So there it is again in the library. I'm going to add it to Canvas. And it's going to come in too big, as PNGs always do. So we look at the cut piece and we can see it should be 22 centimeters wide. So we click on the artwork, go to the width box up here, make sure this padlock is locked and type in, I've forgotten, 22. Yeah, type in 22. and then we just hit return or tab across or however you do it on your device, and it sets the height of the artwork automatically. Okay, so that is going to attach to that. So it's really important that you've already attached your scores to this, because we're going to use a line now, and we're going to use a line with everything. So if the scores aren't attached, they would move around. So we select all that attached piece, the scores and the cut and the artwork, and we center horizontally and we align it to the top. Okay. And now in this group that we're seeing, we've got the attached piece here and the artwork at the top. We need to select the cut piece here in the layers panel. We need to make it white, first of all, because we don't want it to print that yellow it comes in as a cut piece. And then we need to select the artwork. And then I'm holding down shift so I can select more than one thing. And I'm selecting the cut piece as well. Oh no, I can't because it's attached. Right, yes. So we select pardon me, you go to that cut piece now, which is attached to the score lines, and we have to detach it, because now we need to click on the artwork and the cut piece, and we need to flatten it. If you don't flatten it like that, you'll get a cut across the bottom of the artwork you brought in, which you don't want. And I have to say, when I was making the prototypes of these, I did that at least 4 times. So that's why I know to point it out now. So yeah, it's really important. Detach it, attach the artwork to the cut piece, and then we can send that to the back. You can see the scores again. You can attach the whole thing like that and attach. I am going to do this with another piece, so don't panic if you didn't get that just then. I'm going to do it with another lid and another artwork. So now we can click make it. I've got the long mat, and it's nice that both these things fit on the long mat. So I would just choose A3. You can also fit it onto tabloid, as you can see, so whatever paper. You do need to be able to print A3 or tabloid on your printer. I do say that on the Etsy listing. Unless, of course, you just want to reduce it down and use a much smaller chocolate bar. You could do that. Plenty of space in this box. I have made it quite big because we have some really huge chocolate bars here in the UK. And then we have some that are quite a lot slimmer and a bit shorter. But I thought I'd make it for one of the biggest. But yes, you can reduce this down and make it from A4 if you want to. You just need to find a chocolate bar that fit inside it. So if we press continue, I will go all the way with it apart from right at the end. I'm not going to print it because I don't need another one. You don't need bleed because nothing bleeds off the edge of the artwork, so you can turn bleed off, but chances are, if you're using A3, you will need to use your system dialog. I need to do that because my printer never takes the paper from the right place, and it never chooses A3 automatically, weirdly, on this print and cut thing. So you get your system dialog up now, somewhere on yours. It may not look like this, but you'll get a preferences box. And for the paper source, you can tell it where to take it from. I need to take it from the tray at the back of the printer, and you can choose A3 from the list of papers that come up. So you click OK, and then if you were printing that, you would hit print there. But I'm not going to, because I'm not going to make it again. And then once it was printed, you'd put it on a long mat and send it through your machine, and it would cut in the usual way. You can see my machine's switched off at the moment. It's very late. It's 9:30 at night. I have no life. Right, so I'm going to cancel that. Yes, cancel it. Cancel again. Right, so that was one. I'm going to take that off and I'm going to bring in a different one now. So now I'm going to bring in the gift card. This one has a little slot in it so that when you folded it round, there, look, it's nice. I really like this one. You can send a chocolate bar and a lovely greeting and a pretty cover, and then you can slot a little gift card in there if you want to make it extra special. Right, so we're going to treat this exactly the same way as the other one. I've got my canvas grey, by the way, so that you can see these when they turn white. It's just a little bit easier. So again, we need to do the scores. Second line down in your layers panel, click on it, go to your operations menu, down to score, and you can see that those lines are being converted now. No ungrouping on the scores to do because there is only one set, but we do need to ungroup this group below that's got all the cuts in it. Click ungroup at the top there or wherever it is if you're on the app. And then we do need to ungroup the whole SVG. So now we can attach scores and this tiny slot to the cut piece. Quite important that we get that in place. This is the inscription card again. It comes in grey because your canvas will be white when you bring it in, and I just want you to be able to see it. We need to make it print then cut. I need to make it white because I just want it to print on white card. And again, we'll just type in any message. Merry Christmas. And that text needs to be print then cut. Obviously it's huge, we don't need it that small, do we? Done that wrong. Do you know? Oh, for goodness sake. Right. Yes, it's point size, isn't it? I always forget that now. So again, we'll make that maybe 50 point. Yeah. Doesn't really matter. It's just for show. You could make that print then cut. You could also make it pen, of course, and keep your panel as a cut piece. However you do it, doesn't really matter. I'm going to select those. They're both print then cut, so I need to flatten them. So that one's there, ready to cut, white background, and the text is also print then cut. Okay, so now we need to bring in the artwork for this piece. I'll bring in a different one. That was Happy Christmas. I'll bring in Happy Holidays. Which is not something we use a lot in the UK, but I know it's used a lot elsewhere. So, right, I'm going to go back. I don't want you to miss what I do. Sorry. Happy Holidays, there it is. In fact, no, I need to navigate, don't I? So, yeah, you'd browse to where it is, find it where it's saved on your system. Sorry, I was just getting a bit relaxed with that there. At this window, hit complex. At this window, don't do anything. Don't get rid of the white or anything you need it to cut. Just press apply and continue after you've done nothing. And then here, yes, we are bringing it in as a print then cut. Add it to canvas. It comes in too big. Check the size of that, 22 wide. Did I bring it in twice? Must have done. What on earth have I done there? Hang on. Sorry about that. Flailing around a bit, aren't I? Right, 22. So in the width box, type in 22 and tab over or hit return, however you do it, and it sets the height automatically. Then we select all of that. In the align menu, we center horizontally, so it's the same side to side, and we align it to the top because that's where it needs to sit on that cut piece. Right, so now we attached that before, and now we need to detach it. We had to attach it so that everything lined up properly when we do that with our align menu. If you don't attach everything, the scores and this little slot will move, and you don't want that to happen. So now we've just detached that again. We're going to click on the cut piece and we're going to make it white. And we're going to make it print then cut. And then we make sure that we've selected the artwork. Oh, it just moved. The artwork and the cut piece. I'm holding shift down when I do that so I can select both. Getting a bit tired now, sorry. And what we need to do now is flatten them because they are a print then cut. If we don't flatten them, as I said before, you'll get a cut across the bottom of your artwork, which is really irritating when you've gone through that whole process and then you see it making a cut that you don't want it to do. So now we're going to send that to the back and the scores and the little slot reappear. The slot is still set as a basic cut look and those scores are still set to score, which is exactly what you want. Select all that and attach it. So now we can hit make it, and just like the other one, It will all fit on tabloid, it will all fit on A3, and we would print it just as we did before. I don't think you need me to show you it again. If you're not sure, you can go back and re-watch that little section, can't you? So that's it. You get a PDF of very detailed instructions showing you how to assemble it. It's super quick. The tuck-in box, it's just a single piece box. And then these covers are really quick to make as well. But if you have any issues when you come to make it, please don't hesitate to get in touch before you leave a bad review anywhere or get angry. Please don't waste time doing that. You can ask me any question. No question is a silly one. It's how we all learn. You can get in touch via Facebook or Etsy. The links to do that are in the description below this video. And if you've just stumbled across the video and you'd like to buy the SVG, the link to do that is also in the description. Thanks very much. Bye.